Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's time for some more Call of Duty. It's time for the playoffs here at the Call of Duty 4 Masters, made possible by Adroits. I'm joined here on the line by none other than Menace. Hi, Menace. How are you doing this wonderful morning?
I'm very good, thank you. Actually, up in time and everything already for the games. Really looking forward to it. As you may see, they have already started. Just to fill you guys in quickly, the knife has gone down, and the three maps that have been decided is City, Cross, and Backlot. So best of three stages now as we get into the playoffs, which should bring some great action for us. And the first match we have here is Phantasmagoria versus WinFakt.
Pretty much the most exciting match in the quarterfinals, to be honest. If you have to ask me, I took a look at what was going on in the brackets yesterday. The other interesting match is the Infused matches. We're going to be played today at 1 p.m., which is lined up for later on. That's pretty much the thing that I was gauging out of this. If you, to be quite honest.
First round already. Zenith is your last man standing. Has spotted one in front of him, but the bomb is down already for the Phantasmagoria side, so that's going to be sitting back waiting for him to push it onto that bomb site. Both of these covering that bomb with a pretty good crossfire. And I don't think there's any way he'll be able to get into the bomb. No, Katana is going to shut him down. First one's going to go up to Phantasmagoria. And I can notice in their gameplay that they're a little bit nervous. Everyone's a little bit twitchy, looking here and there, looking left and right, and being sure about everything. Because you know, if you lose now, you're out.
You're out. It's only a single bracket. There's no loser brackets in this tournament. If you decided to fail here, then it's pretty much it. Let's go over these team rosters while we're at it. Team Phantasmagoria with Rabans, Katana, Vey, Zabza, and Elking, while WinFakt with Fantasy, Zenith, Quiver, which is Jermaine, if I'm not... No, it's not Jermaine, that's somebody else. Mark and Reflex. Can you please remember who? It's Leo, isn't it?
That would... I think so.
Yeah, so that's Leo. Leo, who likes to constantly change his name in these matches. He's one of those kind of guys that commentators completely and utterly despise. Not so much because he can't play, it's more because he likes to change his name all the time, messing with our brains. You may have noticed I am still a little bit on the slow side of things this morning because I kind of literally woke up around 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. No, how do you feel? I woke up... I cut myself short of an hour of sleep after getting the time wrong, thinking it was GMT and not CET.
Oh, nice. So, that's always... So basically, Bus called you and it was pretty much, oh crap, let's get out of bed ASAP.
No, it was actually... I was sitting here waiting like, where's everyone else? Because I was awake an hour before I should have been up.
Right.
So I was like, guys, anyone here?
Oh, well, let's go into the game, though, as the WinFakt lineup finds themselves 2 down here on City Streets, a map which is considered to be one of the more balanced ones in the map list themselves. To be honest, though, we were talking about this yesterday. If we're going to go towards a third map, I think, well, no, it was not with you. I think it was with Machine. But apparently we haven't had a really big match between 2 really big players offline for a while. If you go to Backlot, apparently there seems to have been a little bit of a shift in the meta game. So we'll have to see how that kind of pans out. Mark will be the only man standing here for WinFakt. The bomb is planted. He's going to have himself one hell of a time to get from Top Street into that bomb site because Vey and Katana are both there. It won't have... Yep, well, it's not going to happen too much because the AK will come in from the other side of the street, making a score a solid 3-0.
Now, Phantasmagoria have gotten the bomb down so far every single round, which really is showing some good gameplay coming up from them. Getting into that bomb site, getting that bomb down, and then just waiting for WinFakt to try and fight back. And so far, it's been working. Now, again, we'll see a big push here coming out onto the B site. Fan gonna have to try and hold off this push coming in. Zenith taking out Robons there. For the first time, WinFakt are one man to the good. Katana fighting back, and Fan still in there, still holding them back. But Zabza with the scope pushing all the way up into Laundry. Quiver's going to take him out. Fan's already dropped. That's going to take out the close range cover on this B site. And now Fan should be able to get in here a little bit quicker.
They'll still have Leo looking down the street. Needs to watch out there because he already managed to get himself tagged up by Vey, who's been happily camped out on that ledge for the last couple of rounds. Elking right on top of the arc. Arch gets himself taken out by Zenith. It's just going to be Vey remaining. He's just about to be getting surrounded by Mark. Sitting just outside of Laundry. Needs to watch out because the bombs across the street. We could be looking at the first round here where Phantasmagoria does not get a bomb plant down and also not getting himself them around. Unlucky, Zenith will be able to pick him up there. It's 3-1, the new addition for the WinFakt team. Holds it steady here in their first round win in the quarterfinals.
Now, I don't know what Reflex is up to, but he does not seem to be having a good time. 4 rounds in, yet to find a frag. But with Phantasmagoria all pushing this A side, he might actually have a chance now. Has an SMG out. Mark's going to take out Elking. Oh, Mark with the second one as he takes out Vey. Now Reflex is still just going to sit tight here in this little corner by the red barrel at the A defense. Mark taking out Zabza. And it seems that Phantasmagoria's rush or push onto that A side has been completely stopped. And it looks like they're going to have to try to change some plans or try and make a move. And it seems that they're actually going to go towards the B side now.
Let's see what they're up to here. Let's take a look at the overview map. See what, yeah, the bomb. Oh, yeah. There's going to be a clean plant at this rate because the entire WinFakt lineup on the other side of the map, rotating over to A. Katana will be the last man standing. If they know, they have no idea where the bomb is.
Explosives
Here comes the plant.
planted.
Okay, so time to look at where we are at in this game. Katana's by himself. WinFakt have got themselves 4. Phantaz, my fantasy, picks himself up the first on Mark. Needs to watch out because he has the advantage. Is going to have to watch the WinFakt team make the defuse from the shores of hell, making a score 3-2.
The thing about that situation is, I mean, he was up against 4 players. He was able to take out 1, tried to peek the second one, and I mean, people would say, yeah, but why didn't he just sit in? Well, I mean, if you sit in, you allow 3 players to completely surround you, so you kind of got to pick them off as they start coming in. Otherwise, they're just going to get the situational advantage over you and get taken out. And Reflex, I mean, after a 1 versus 4 situation, Reflex was still the man to go down. So it seems they have changed some stuff up. They have sent him towards that B site.
Ooh, Leo! Oh, getting himself a triple deagle right there. After being finally shut down, leaving Katana being the last man standing for WinFakt side, getting himself the hat trick out of that one, and pretty much leaving Phantasmagoria with 1 player.
Took out the 4th with another deagle, and he's actually on his way to an ace if his teammates allow him. Oh, they won't. They'll take it away from him. And getting that kill.
We almost saw ourselves the 3rd ace in this series. By a scope, nonetheless. All right, Leo setting up here, trying to get a crossfire shot towards the A side. We have not seen either the Phantasmagoria. We haven't seen where they're going to go just yet. Oh, Leo getting himself a sublime little scope through the smoke on towards Katana. They now know where they are going to go. And he gets that deagle there as well on the aggressive Rob-ons. Very, very aggressive play from Phantasmagoria is not paying off because, well, looks like all that sleep that WinFakt could have gotten yesterday, they've taken every single opportunity of that, and now that is ripping through the lineup.
And from having 3 rounds to the good, Fan have completely lost their lead they had, and it's back to 3-3. And it seems WinFakt just needed to, like you said, wake up a bit, get into their playstyle, and we could actually see this match get a little bit closer than what the first rounds depicted.
WinFakt being in the grand final of the previous Adroits tournament as well versus, I believe it was a Nexus. Did not manage to perform there, dropping in 2 maps flat. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but most of the most interesting games in tournaments generally happen in the semi-final stage of a tournament. Finals themselves are rarely really all that good. We'll have to see if we are right, because looking at this, semi-final for this should definitely be interesting. Even if either of these 2 teams move on. But they're pretty much the heavyweights as Vey will pick themselves up and route. And finally, Phantasmagoria have stopped the rot, managing to get themselves 4 around after dropping 3 back-to-back. That right there is what they needed.
Now, I really want to see what Reflex is going to do to try and redeem himself here. He's on his way to a bond, and when you're playing in the playoffs, and you know the game's getting this serious, really now is the time to be performing. But it seems that he won't see some action. Looks like Phantasmagoria are going for a mid to A push, or might even take it towards a slow B. As Overlook does show that they have 3 towards that A site. One's on that wooden area for Phantasmagoria, as they'll probably just try and stop the push. Now they're going to move into that A bomb site. They're going to go for the bomb plant. Might actually get it done very quickly. It seems Leo's going to get himself in there. Vay's going to shut him down. Fan moving in with Katana. Fan now 1 man up over WinFakt, and WinFakt need to try and reclaim this bomb.
Right now, though, the WinFakt side are looking to go through Arts. Flashes everywhere. They're being funneled through. It's a really bad position to begin because, well, even if they walk towards the site, there are 3 ledges they can be shut from, and they will be coming in from the top left. It's going to be Rollins, and he takes down Fantasy, and that right there is going to make it 5 of the 3. I would not be surprised if this goes to 6-3, and then we'll see the WinFakt team coming back yet again. But we'll have to see how that one is going to pan out. Let's look at the stats now. Still, Reflex. Well, look at that. He's got himself the bond. There is the 007.
That's going to be demoralizing for him as a player in the game and for his team overall. And definitely should not let them be put down or anything. And they should just carry on fighting. Now, it seems we're going to have a slower B push. And it seems WinFakt are just not able to hold back when fans start pushing in. I mean, as much as they get into the places first, and as much as they get into their positions and have their stop nades and stuff, you know, fan is just getting past the nades and dodging the bullets and killing the WinFakt players. Now, we actually see Robin's able to squeeze all the way through mid, had absolutely no competition whatsoever. He's going to get to the top of the street, and after having a little bit of a peek around, might actually find himself a frag or 2.
He may go for Leo right now on top street. Let's see if he picks one up. Decides to go for the car instead. Oh, if he looks to the right now, he will get himself a kill. It's Zenith. May have been a more interesting idea to rush towards the top of the street towards A and trying to get them. Leo, who was camping out there just now, does finally get dropped, and they could have gotten the opportunity to go in towards A because now WinFakt are all over that site. Have we finally seen ourselves a kill by Reflex? No, still not. Let's keep on looking at him. He's got his SMG running around. And this is something that's just so incredibly strange. You'd expect an SMG. Ah, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Vay is going to be the man to be sacrificed to redeem our 007.
Oh, Vay's probably sitting there thinking, like, I can't believe I just gave the guy on 0 for 7 a frag.
Oh, dear. It's going to be 1v1. Phantasmagoria, Zabza versus Reflex. 1v1. Reflex, if he can do this now, then he will have to. Oh, he does not manage to pick him up. Does not redeem himself completely. Sure, he's getting himself 1 frag on the board, but does not win himself the round with an SMG from point-blank range versus a Deagle. Really?
Yeah.
Reflex? What's going on there?
I don't know if that was just unlucky time or the situation he was in with, you know, the scope being behind a massive well that would have defended from the bullets. But, you know, still, he could have used the bomb to its cover point as well. It didn't play out that way. Now Reflex is watching a lot of this mid area, and he's got a barrel right behind him. And if anyone decides to spray that barrel, he would have been dead. Katana actually crawling onto the floor, taking out Reflexer. Fan's going to get a reply in as he takes out Robins. Oh, and Fan pushing up way too much there, all the way up into wood, and Alking sitting waiting there for him. And that means, I mean, with someone pushing up that far, it just means he needs to pick him off, move up onto the bomb site, because now there's one person less covering it.
Yeah, he does give himself and the rest of his team more than enough coverage. Takes down Zenith, very well done, and the rest of his team are starting to swarm in. There comes the smoke, and the bomb is going to get planted. Leo will be the last man standing there. As he says, 7-3. Hot knife through butter.
Now, I don't know what you would tell WinFakt at the moment to wake up a bit, but whatever they're doing is not working for them at the moment.
No, they really have to start mixing it up. Maybe their pacing is incredibly slow. Fantasy just get himself the first on towards Robon, SMGing it up, sure, fair enough, but Where the hell is Reflex? Still looking on that 1-9. 1-9 for him, SMG. That is quite ridiculous. Fantasy will, come on, not get himself the second one as Vey managed to fall all the way back. He's been sitting by that B bottom street for the last bit. Final Reflex managed to get himself the kills that he needed. Gets Katana and holding B down. Leaving just Vey all by himself. And again, sitting in that same position he's been doing all game. And I think that WinFakt may be starting to adapt to their situation, even though it's fairly late in the round. 7-4.
That, and Reflex actually got a couple of kills that round. So
yeah, he's got himself two.
Could actually be doing something to help his team now.
Well, let's keep on looking at him. He's actually on the route here to get himself another one here. No, Graban. He's got himself... It's just so strange to see him play right now. Completely and utterly underperforming compared to the rest of his team, even when he's managing to get the... finding some of these Phantasmagoria players with their pants down. They're still does not manage to get the kill and finds himself on the wrong end of an of their opponent's weapons. And now we're seeing Vey picking up 2 kills after Phantasmagoria decided to rotate towards the other side. We're in halftime. What can we do here for WinFakt? They're going to have such an incredible difficult time here.
I mean, we saw how aggressive Phantasmagoria can be and how well they can just cover each other. And I mean, if just that attacking coverage can go to defensive kind of coverage, then no doubt they'll have this map. But to see whether WinFakt can actually counter it and, you know, spray a couple of walls extra, push a little bit slower, be a little bit more, you know, keep their eyes a little bit more open as they move towards bomb sites. We could see a rather aggressive push here from Reflexer towards this A site. He's got the scope covering him, and hopefully Lee'll be quick on the trigger if he spots anyone.
He needs to. The Phantasmagoria will already lose Vey, but look at this. Reflex pushing all the way back towards the back of street. I don't think he's been spotted just yet. Nobody on that side. There's going to be 2 there. Oh my god! Wow. How is he not picking up these picks? Katana will be the last man standing in the back there. I don't know what Reflex is doing, but whatever it is, it's definitely not helping. It's 5-8, sure, for WinFakt, but he could have picked him up 2 just then and there.
Yeah, he really could be pulling his weight a little bit more. And, I mean, we never know. He might just be having a bad game. But even if you're just having a bad game, I mean, something like that is pretty simple to do.
Take a look at the scoreboard in the meantime. Reflex, yeah, 3-10. Compared to Fantasy, 12-10, together with Leo and Zenith, who both have 10. On the other hand, Zapsa, Vey, Katana, Raban, they're all four of those guys just managed to break the double digits. El King, on the other hand, 5. Sure, fair enough. Somebody has to be at the bottom, but seriously, 3-10.
Now, WinFakt are going to get this bomb down on this A side. Which, as we always say, the objective completely changes as the bomb goes down. Fan now needs to try and get back into this bomb side, reclaim the bomb. But WinFakt, with brilliant cover, quickly take out 3, leaving just Reflexer. Oh, sorry, leaving just Dabza. And Reflexer is going to land that frag, bringing it down to a 2-round difference. And 2 rounds in a row now for the WinFakt guys.
6-8, they've managed to hold it very, very steady. I wonder what Phantasmagoria has been doing so far. Zaps trying to get the fireball bang through the classic door, straight into the alley. There's nobody going to be there because the bomb is, in fact, I'm going to check the map. Where's the bomb? It's currently sitting on catwalk. Oh, Mark. Opening it up here on towards B side. The bomb will go B. And Mark will hold down the top of street, pushing in very, very aggressively. Final man to get himself to call the Katana, unless he... Well, is he going to get the hat? 4-man, where is the ace? Raban, the last man standing, yeah. Just needs himself 1 more for the ace on this one, for the 3rd ace of this tournament. Leo letting... There it is! Mark will ace this up and pretty much pull the WinFakt team back on track. It's 7-8.
Only 1 round difference now, and I mean, it seems that, I mean, with 3 rounds on the board now on the attacking side for WinFakt, and we saw Phantasmagoria being so strong on attack. I mean, it's really, well, from what I knew of a defensive-sided map of City Street, seems to be very attack-biased at the moment. Yeah, WinFakt are going to try and hold off this Phantasmagoria push once again. Mark playing around there on the B side as he heavily tags up Elking. Elking's going to have to get out of his way. And Mark's going to decide, well, I'll just leave you there and go find someone else.
It's almost like we're seeing the exact opposite of, well, the exact mirror image of what we saw the first round. At this rate, it does look like Phantasmagoria will most likely picking up this round. Reflex finally managed to get himself a kill into Robin 2v2. The sit wrap. Zaps is still here, deagling it out. He's got to have himself such a difficult time. Not being able to pick that one up. Bomb's getting planted. It's going to be Reflex. He's all by himself. Gets him a couple of points on the board, but still waiting and waiting and waiting. He's got himself 37 versus 2. Definitely, he managed to see a little bit of head there. His aim so far has not been up to standard. Has switched out towards the AK behind the wall. Can be banged here if he doesn't watch out. Looking down towards the arch. 1, 2, 3, and on the push. Oh, looks away at the most horrific moment possible. And now it's Elking, who's just sitting on the other side of the wall, just about to shoot him in the head.
Oh, that timing. That timing of looking away and Elking pushing up. I mean, every single time he swapped a window, Elking was just casually walking up more and more and more. Zabs was going to be the one to get the kill in the end.
Yep. 7-9. Production, could you please turn on the preview again? Thank you. And there you have it. The first round in 3 that Phantasmagoria picked themselves up around. Now, guys, on the stream, we may have been mouthing off a WinFakt here a little bit. Let's be honest. These T teams are not bad. Hell, they're not even medium good. They are some of the best players in Europe that you're seeing in front of you right now. However, we're basically mouthing them off because their performance, especially from WinFakt, seems to be so much lower than we would expect from them. And that's why we're doing it like this. It's 10-7.
Yeah, it's not mouth. We'll call it criticism. That. Yeah. Criticism that I'm pretty sure they could take.
Yeah, no kidding.
Not that we're telling them how to fix it, but it's, yeah, criticism against their gameplay.
The linchpin that for WinFakt right now is pretty much Reflex. Is why they're not picking up these rounds when they could. Looking away at the wrong time. Really off his game sense, to say the least. And I'm really starting to think that the fact that they only managed to get themselves maybe 7 hours of sleep maybe have something to do with it. I have no idea which hotel they're in locally on site. There is a couple on site that are pretty damn decent. If they're in the Logic House, fair enough. They can be in there. If they're in the really good hotel, which is just a 5-minute walk, then they should be in a decent position right now. However, what they're showing right now in general looks very good, except Reflex. 7-11.
Yeah. Of course, with that 7-11 scoreline, we'll see a Phantasmagoria. Robon's pushing up. They're getting the SMG and the knife onto Fantasy. He's going to be sitting with a massive grin on his face, knowing that he just took out those 2 players. Now, of course, this is not just pushing Phantasmagoria just 1 round closer to the win. Mark's your last man standing. Has to go for an ace to bring this one back.
He has done it before.
Has done it before. So, I mean, it's not beyond him to be able to do it, but he's also got to try and get that bomb down, or at least have a look at doing it.
He's also discharged his weapon. He was going to flash up on the radar a little bit. And they now know where he is, and they can get into position. The pieces are moving, and moving out and towards the street. There's going to be a guy on catwalk just looking down. Yep, baiting him out with that gunfire, and that right there is going to be the one to finish it off. It is map point for Phantasmagoria, 12-7. What do you reckon at this rate if Phantasmagoria pick up this map here? How do you think the play is going to be on Crossfire?
Crossfire. I think it's going to be in fans' favor
because they're playing so aggressive so far.
Especially, I mean, when they hit that attacking side of Crossfire, it's going to be some dangerous stuff coming out from them, and I'm not sure WinFakt can hold it back. Because I can't wait to see them get to that point. Now, WinFakt, only 1 man left. There is Fantasy, 1 versus 4. This clutch situation seems to be coming in an abundance for the WinFakt side. It's definitely not something they want to be looking at.
No, not at all. Doesn't get himself the first on Vey on the Crossfire. Oh, he was sitting on top. Oh, dear. did not even have a clue that was going on. First map here on City Streets will have a final score of 7-13. We'll be moving on to Crossfire. My personal favorite map in general, mainly because of its highly fast pace and pretty much interesting gameplay. Production, could you please reset the record? Thank you.
Now,